Welcome back, everyone. Dan Hodges with us, naturalist from Johnny Appleseed Metro Park District. Dan, you know, I was thinking about it. At the end of most of your segments, you'll say, got to get outside, got to get out into nature. And there's really a push for that this year. Get away from the screen and get outside in the outdoors, right?
Yeah, Jeff, so there's this wonderful initiative right now going on, and it's been going on for a few years. I think it's gaining traction. It's called 1,000 Hours Outside. And basically, it's an initiative to take some intentional time out of your day to get outside. It's geared mainly towards kids, but you know, Jeff, you and I need it just as much as the kids do. So this 1,000 hours outside over the course of a calendar year seems like a lot, but you know, studies have shown that kids these days are spending, you and I too, Jeff, it's not just the kids.
Right.
But we're spending 1,200, maybe even more, 1,500 hours of our year, of our lives over the course of a year on screens. Right now, you and I are on screens. We're all looking at screens. And we spend so much of our lives in this digital space, on TV or internet, or even just texting on our phones. So we're spending all of this time on screens. We're trying to take a break from that just a little bit, trying to match that energy, at least a little bit there too, with 1,000 hours outside. So it's an initiative that's going to take a little effort. We're going to have to plan it into our day. And get outside really intentionally. Of course, there's a lot of good reasons to do that.
Yeah, well, and I think first and foremost, you've mentioned before, is the health aspect of it and the effect you get from just being out in some sunshine, right?
Absolutely. So I was just reading about this thing called the relaxation response. Basically, it's the opposite of the stress response, right? And nature helps elicit that. When you go out into nature, your blood pressure goes down a little bit and your alertness goes up. You know, the blood flow to your brain increases, the cortisol levels, the stress hormones goes down. All of these benefits, and that's just mental stuff outside of the you know, the exercise benefits, you know, reducing obesity and diabetes, and then the spiritual and emotional benefits. I mean, we could go on and on about the good reasons to get outside, and which a lot of those would be the opposite of the bad reasons to be on your screens. So spending time outside is really, really important. It's important for our emotional and physical, spiritual, psychological health. So a lot of good reasons to be outside. And taking this 1,000 hours outside, take a look at it. Use your screen and go online and learn about this, because it's not as difficult as it sounds. So if you average it out, that's about 3 hours a day that you need to get outside for 1,000 hours in a year, which seems like a lot, especially sometimes in the wintertime. But, you know, if you do an hour a day in the wintertime and you do maybe 5 or 6 hours in the summertime, you can offset that. And how hard is it really to go outside in the morning of a summer day and really stay out there all day long? The kids want to do it. I want to do it too. If you just give yourself the opportunity to do it, I think that you'll enjoy it as well. And there's easy ways to track it. So I printed these off. These are just a couple from 1,000 hours outside. So here you're tracking your first 100 hours. Here's one where you're tracking all of the hours that you spend outside in a year, and you're going through, you know, and coloring little boxes. It makes it creative, it makes it fun, makes it something that the kids are excited to do. You know, I was thinking just the other day, my wife and I are trying to do this with our kids. My wife's trying to do it with our kids, really. Let's be honest, Jeff. But we didn't get outside during the day. You know, it got away from us, and here it was. You know, it's 4:30, 5 o'clock at night. The sun's going down, and we haven't spent our hour outside. It's easy to say, we'll do it next time, and that's okay if you really need to. If you miss it, don't be hard on yourself. But if you're strict about it and you say, you know what, let's go outside in the dark. We went outside, and I tell you, my kids had more fun in the dark than half the time they do in the light. So it's okay. It's okay if you can't get 1,000 hours. But this idea of setting a goal for yourself and intentionally getting outside in nature, I think is really, really important.
Yeah, it's a good idea, and I love the idea that you make it a family affair, because as you said, young and old, we all need to do that. Dan, as always, good advice. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks so much for having me, of course. And we've got opportunities at the Park District for you to get outside. Let's do it.
Yeah, our parks are great. Thanks so much, Dan. We'll be back after this.